Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time doing another Christmas review, and this one is on Barbie and the Nutcracker. Now, before I go into this review, I personally wanted to do this video in response, tribute, and out of respect for Kirby Morrow, who tragically passed away on November the 18th, 2020, and who was in a lot of stuff I watched and grew up with as a kid. From Dragon Ball Z as the ocean dubbed version of Goku, Transformers Cybertron as Hotshot, also Transformers Armada as Red, and also Cyclops in X-Men Evolution. Now, let's get on with the review. Now, Barbie and a Christmas Cracker is meant to be the first CGI second generation Barbie film, as well as being based on the book the Nutcracker and the Mouse King, and the musical music being based from Tchaikovsky's ballet play The Nutcracker. Now, the premise of the movie is meant to be about Barbie telling her little sister Kelly, who is having trouble rehearsing for a ballet solo, about a young girl known as Clara. Now, pretty much I would say Clara's character is supposed to kind of be a bit more wanting to explore beyond just being stuck at home. And when you kind of got her aunt sort of telling her story to Clara, it feels like you want to go and see what else is beyond those places. And I think it works. But when you kind of got Tommy, who is meant to be Clara's brother in the way, you really feel like he's just thrown in there to kind of be the annoying brother-like character. And when you kind of got her grandfather sort of playing the kind of being realistic role, it does work. Now, after receiving a nutcracker and falling asleep, she ends up seeing that the nutcracker comes to life and dealing with the Mouse King and the Mouses. And of course, after accidentally getting shrunked, her and the Nutcracker go explore another world beyond the one from Clara's. And we kind of see how Clara and the Nutcracker, who is meant to be Prince Eric, play a key role in trying to find the Sugar Plum Princess. And of course, if you have watched any other adaptations, then you know who the Sugar Plum Princess is going to be. Now, the film, I would say, does have a message about facing obstacles, about going through challenges, and exploring beyond home, which I think does work. And I do think Tim Curry does a great job for the Mouse King. He comes off as this evil, sadistic, and more menacing ruler. And when you kind of got Peter Clemmis voicing Pim the Bat, who is meant to be the animal sidekick, he does work as the kind of lackey-like character. And I would say, hearing him voicing from Rolf from Ed, Edd n Eddy, and as well as being Goku for the first few episodes, does actually work, and he can really do change his voice. And of course, when you kind of got Captain Candy, voiced by Cheetle, and also Major Mint, you can tell they're basically the kind of one being the voice of reason, and the other one sort of being the kind of arrogant leader. So I wouldn't call Major Mint a complete bad leader. You can kind of tell he's trying to be a bit more realistic, and you can kind of tell Captain Candy's trying to be more saying, it wasn't my fault and you shouldn't be blaming me. And they do sort of work well as a comedy duo. And I do think when the film does go into song, you can really tell they do bring a lot of elements with the music. And it does feel like you're watching the play or another version with the same music, and they really do know how to bring it alive. Now, I do think with the CGI, it isn't bad, and yeah, for a time this was okay by standards, but now it does look outdated, and yeah, this was for a time when CGI was still finding its ground. It still wasn't going to be as big as Beast Wars, it wasn't going to be as big as Beast Machines, it wasn't going to be as big as any show with good CGI. But you can tell they really do put a lot of effort into it. And when the characters do go into song and dance, you can really feel a lot of emotions are put into it. And I do give them credit. So by the end of it, Barbie the Nutcracker opened the locket and gave an alright film. So I think it deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. And once again, the video being in response to Kirby Morrow, who tragically passed away last month, who was an amazing voice actor who had been in a lot of stuff we grew up as a kid. So I wish him farewell. Comic Reviewer, signing out.